Hey, welcome back to another tip of the week, and this week I'm gonna show you another organizing tool, okay? So last week I showed you Kaggle, which is a tool that I find is very useful to get a project out of the idea stage, to get from the idea to this start structuring, start drafting, start figuring out what you have to do. And now I'm gonna show you a tool that actually helps you keep tabs of what you're doing. Okay? That tool is called Trello. Or Trello, I don't know how you pronounce that in English. You can have a free or paid account. Here is Trello.com. You can have a free or paid account. Once again, come check out the differences. I have the website here. I'm going to put this in English. Come check out the differences. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been using the free account for over a year now, and I haven't felt the need to change to the paid one, but I don't usually share my boards with anyone else. So you might want to be able to share your boards. So you come check out the plans. Like I said, I don't really like to go into details on the plan because they may change. So Trello works with boards. And you can have teams, you can share boards, you can share boards with other people, but mainly what you do is you create boards here where you have lists and cards. I have here this edit workflow that I created to show my editing class. And here you see that I have a list with the list of the classes, then I have research and script, another list that says recording, editing, reviewing, uploading. And why is that? Because I can come here and say, okay, this class 7 is in this research and script stage. So all I did was click here and drag. But this class central was on the recording stage and now is in the editing stage. And this way I can know at what stage I am in each project. And I can click here on this little pen, and I can give this a due date. For instance, I can say, oh, this is for the 14th save, so I'll get a notification that this is a due date. I can add members, okay, change members. I can add members. As this board right now is just with me, but if I have more members, I can add the members that are responsible for this action here, for this card. I can invite members here, okay. I can use this butler here, which has a bunch of automation tips. You can create rules, you can create card buttons, you can use the calendar, you can come here for due dates and stuff like that. I can show my menu here and I see my activities, and I can click here, decide how my notifications, do I want desktop notifications, do I want emails, how do I want them? So I can get notified of if I have something that has a close due date, so I need to get on top of that. So this is a great way to organize your project, especially if you're working with other people, especially if you're working with, maybe you have a client, maybe if you're one of my web development students. This is very common. You're going to develop a website. You have stages. You have the briefing stage, you have the stage where the client tells you what they want, you have the stage where you create the layout and the client has to approve, you have a stage where you're going to receive material from your client so that you can start the development stage. And so maybe this way you can keep tabs of where you are and who brought what. For me, for creating courses, this is very useful because sometimes I don't create my classes in order by listing all the classes I need to do and putting which class is in which stage. I guarantee I don't forget any class. I don't forget to create any of the classes I have to do. And sometimes, for instance, I have scripts written, prepared from class 1 to 30, but I only recorded from 1 to 10, and I only edited from 1 to 5. So you can see that there are different stages, but maybe I have time to write new scripts. And if I go by my editing, I would start writing from class 6, but no, I go to my search and script and I say, oh no, I have to start scripting from class 30 forward. So this, in complex projects where you're gonna have different stuff in different stages, I find this super useful, and they're super easy. Again, much like Kaggle, super easy to create. You create a new board like here. So I'm gonna say course. Okay, press enter. Here's the board created. I'm gonna do research here. So this is one list. I press enter. Trello already opens a new list. So I'm gonna go with recording. So I just very quickly, without taking my hands off the keyboard, because I just used enter, I created all. So here I say, no, don't need this list. Now I add cards. So class 1, for instance, and then class 2, and so on. And I just drag the cut. Super easy to drag from here to here and keep tabs on what you're doing. So I wanted to introduce this tool because this is a super interesting tool if you're for managing your projects and whatever kind of projects, be that web development, course creating, product development, maybe advertising campaign, even simple stuff. No matter what kind of work you do, you always have to organize yourself. Sometimes you have to organize a team. So this is super useful. Up until a year ago, when I saw this being shown in one of the courses I was watching, I didn't know about Trello. And the course actually was showing for something else, and then I adapted Trello for what I use. So I said, maybe my students don't know about Trello, and maybe they could use this tool. Maybe this tool would be useful for them. So I decided to show you. So, and I hope this tool helps you a lot. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Put that down on Trello if you need. And check out my courses on Udemy. And I'll see you next week.